anywhere, in the body. Yeah, okay, good shot.
Grab the tail.
Hello everyone. What happens when invasive species come into contact with electricity? There's no warning for them, just a sudden shock that stops them. Is this a necessary way to control invasive species, or are we pushing nature too far? If you watch the video, leave a comment with number 1 to see the dangers these deer are facing. One solution is to use an audible warning system strong enough to make the deer uncomfortable, but not cause them harm. Otherwise, strong shocks can not only cause pain, but also lead to unpredictable consequences inside their bodies. In the electric fence, there is only a boundary between humans and red foxes, but the problem is that they don't understand the danger they are facing. To stop them without causing injury, electric fences with a voltage of 5,000 to 7,000 volts can be used, strong enough to shock them, but not cause serious harm. Electricity is very dangerous. Looking at this scene, you can see that even though the small bird is sitting on a log, it is still in danger. Looking at this scene when passing by transformer stations, you must keep a distance of at least 15 feet to ensure your safety.
What the fuck? Falling out of bed, hit the electrical.
Do solutions like electric fences help protect property without harming animals? Or are we unintentionally creating a more dangerous threat to invasive species like squirrels? Would you choose to build a solid fence or an electric fence to keep your pets from escaping? If you choose to build a solid fence like I do, please comment with number 1. In my opinion, this will ensure your pet's safety from the dangers of voltage.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. Very painful. You should try it again.
According to research, New Zealand is no less, with more than 40% of goat farms using this solution to effectively manage large herds in vast and harsh areas, showing that this measure has become popular. But is it really safe? Every year, squirrels accidentally become the most dangerous vandals to the electrical system in the U.S. The damage caused by squirrels is estimated to reach $50 million USD annually. Power outages not only cause economic loss, but also create dangerous situations. Do you have any solutions in mind? Please comment below. Electric eels are masters of underwater survival, capable of delivering up to 600 volts of electricity, enough to paralyze alligators or any predator daring to approach. This information could be useful if you ever encounter an electric eel. The rainy season has arrived, and with it come the potential dangers of electricity. Have you ever seen a cow electrocuted by a fallen wire? How about moving the electrical wiring underground? This would not only help avoid the risk of short circuits during the rainy season, but also reduce the risks to both humans and animals. In this episode, we will witness 20 shocking moments involving animals. A poor monkey chose the wrong place to play. It was found lying on the road after being electrocuted. Ironically, the power in the whole neighborhood went out because of this monkey. The monkey population in Thailand is increasing, so installing insulated cables to prevent electrocution of animals is a top priority. What happened next was truly surprising. A bear tried to climb an electric pole. It seems to have been electrocuted, weakened, and then the unexpected happened. If electric fences are needed to keep animals away from a dangerous area, they should be of low voltage, just enough to create a reflex without posing a danger to large invasive species. And now, they must face the consequences of their dangers. A snake unknowingly approaches something it doesn't realize is a danger. When it touches the power line, a strong electrical current passes through its body, causing it to become immediately paralyzed before falling down. The irony of fate is that it becomes a victim of its own actions.
Yeah, still getting shot.
Look at this clever elephant trying to get past an electric fence. Do you think it will succeed? Electric fences can be effective in keeping invasive species out of dangerous areas, but they can also be very dangerous for elephants. A beehive fence could be a safer alternative, as elephants are afraid of bees. A bat flies, and in a moment of distraction, it lands in the wrong spot and pays with its life when it touches the power lines. Not only does it face danger, but it also leaves behind a dependent baby bat. After such incidents, it's important to clean up the area to ensure environmental hygiene. These moments of animals getting electrocuted are not only shocking, but also serve as a reminder of the dangers electricity poses in nature. What can we do about it? I look forward to hearing your thoughts. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button for new experiences. The squirrel population in the U.S. has surged, reaching an estimated 300 million individuals. This increase has been driven by several factors, including an abundant food supply and favorable breeding conditions.
Yeah, you got one.
Squirrels, Particularly the eastern gray squirrel, thrive in both urban and suburban environments where they find abundant food sources and nesting sites. The increasing urbanization in the U.S. has inadvertently provided ideal habitats for these animals. One of the most concerning aspects of the growing squirrel population is the damage they cause to homes and property. Squirrels are notorious for their gnawing habits, driven by their need to continuously wear down their ever-growing teeth.
He's eating.
Unfortunately, this behavior often leads to serious consequences. Squirrels gnawing on electrical wires is not just a minor nuisance, but a significant hazard. This activity can result in electrical fires, short circuits, and power outages.
Фаза С, отключай! Отключена!
According to a study by the Electrical Safety Foundation International, ESFI, squirrels are among the leading causes of power outages in the United States. For instance, in 2020, a squirrel chewing on a transformer wire caused a widespread power outage in San Francisco, affecting nearly 100,000 people. Incidents like these highlight the potential dangers and financial costs associated with electrical damage caused by squirrels. Additionally, squirrels often seek shelter in roofs and attics, where they can cause significant damage by gnawing through insulation, wood, and other building materials. Once inside, they can destroy insulation by using it as nesting material, leading to heat loss and higher energy bills. Squirrels are notorious for stealing fruits and nuts from gardens and farms. This behavior not only impacts individual gardeners, but also has broader economic implications for the agriculture industry. The loss of produce can be significant, with some farmers reporting up to 20% of their harvest being damaged by squirrel activity. Air rifles are particularly popular due to their accuracy and lower risk of causing unintended damage, making them highly effective in urban and suburban environments where safety and property protection are paramount. These rifles allow for precise targeting with minimal disruption, ensuring that only the intended squirrels are affected. On the other hand, shotguns are better suited for rural areas, where the expansive space reduces the risk of harm to people and property. The wide spread of shotgun pellets makes them effective for covering large areas and taking down multiple squirrels at once, which is particularly useful in dense squirrel populations. While hunting is seen by some as a necessary measure to protect property and crops, others view it as inhumane. This ethical dilemma is particularly pronounced in urban and suburban areas, where people tend to have a closer relationship with wildlife. It seems like you're wrapping up your script with a call to action for viewers. This is a good approach to engage your audience and encourage interaction. If you need any further assistance with the script or any other aspect, feel free to ask. In the deep territories of northern Australia, particularly around the South Alligator River and Darwin Harbour, the crocodile population is growing, raising safety concerns. These apex predators, once nearly extinct, now roam freely and often come very close to human settlements. In 2017, a man was attacked while crossing a swollen river, highlighting the serious risks involved. To address this issue, wildlife rangers have been trapping and relocating crocodiles from high-risk areas to protect both people and the environment. With an estimated 1 billion crocodiles in the area, what risks might arise if this invasive species becomes more widespread? Are you ready to explore this with us? If so, leave a comment with the number 1 below. Faced with the damage caused by crocodiles, you might think that African crocodiles are extremely dangerous creatures. However, in the 1960s, crocodile hunting in the wetlands was closely tied to tradition and survival. Young men aged 18 to 25, armed with bows and arrows, ventured into the waters of Lake Victoria and the Okavango deltas. These areas, known for their Nile crocodiles, often weighing over 1,000 tons, became the focal point of these hunts. Teams of 3 or more hunters worked together, relying on cooperation and skills passed down through generations to deal with the invasive species. Each encounter required patience and precision as the hunters tracked their prey, often only visible on the water's surface. At that time, there were no specific hunting regulations, allowing communities in places like Tanzania and Botswana to manage the growing crocodile populations year-round. Such success could also be achieved without extensive preparation, relying more on the hunter's skill and experience. The hunters carefully selected sturdy oak branches to craft their spears, ensuring that each branch was prepared with fire and bent precisely for optimal effectiveness. This preparation technique was crucial, as it directly impacted the success of the crocodile hunt. Traditionally, the spearheads were made with 3 sharp points, symbolizing precision, strength, and unity, serving as a reminder of the cooperation required for a successful crocodile hunt.
by foot anymore.
By the 1980s, crocodile hunting in Africa had shifted from traditional methods to using rifles. This change raises an important question. Has it ensured safety, or has it diminished the cultural significance of traditional hunting practices? Modern hunters, equipped with rifles, must maintain absolute silence and stay 50 to 100 yards away to ensure safety. Have you ever hunted crocodiles with a gun? If so, leave a comment with the number 2. If not, leave a comment with the number 5. Hunters must obtain a permit issued by local wildlife agencies, such as the Tanzania Ministry of Natural Resources or the Botswana Wildlife and National Parks Authority. These permits come with specific quotas to prevent overhunting. Crocodile hunting requires hunters to be trained in the behavior of this invasive species so that they understand how to approach and handle them safely. For large crocodiles, hunters are encouraged to aim humanely and make quick shots. Typically, firearms like the 375 H&8 Magnum or 458 Winchester Magnum are used to take down large crocodiles. However, hunters are strictly prohibited from hunting juvenile crocodiles or crocodiles during the breeding season. Hunting typically takes place in the morning when crocodiles come ashore to sleep or hunt for food. Thanks to regulations and control policies, hunters can successfully take down approximately 2,000 to 3,000 African crocodiles each year. At the end of each hunting season, hunters report to local authorities, and the crocodile meat is distributed to areas facing food shortages. This practice highlights the deeper purpose of hunting, not only as a skill and tradition, but also as a way to provide for communities in need. The tension during the hunt is real, and every move counts. What do you think about the methods used by African hunters to harvest and process crocodiles in an environmentally friendly way? But how can we balance tradition and conservation? What do you think about the journey of African hunters in combating invasive species? Leave your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoy this journey, be sure to subscribe to explore more exciting adventures ahead. These methods are very effective in halting the spread of certain invasive species. Do you have any ideas for better solutions? Share your thoughts in the comments so we can explore together. Thank you for watching and sticking with the video until the end. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to tell your friends about us so they can check out this video too. Goodbye, and see you in the next one.
Hello friends! Wild pigs, an invasive species in Canada, are causing significant damage to the agricultural industry. According to statistics in 2021, Canada's agricultural industry has suffered losses of up to 1.1 billion USD and is expected to increase to 2.5 billion USD by 2023. Let's leave number 1 and find out the problem with me right now. Canadian farmers are looking for the most effective method to solve this problem, the wild boar population, as seen in the Wild BS video, is one of the main problems. They're very flexible animals and have the ability to adapt to new environments. They reproduce at a rapid rate, making them more difficult to control. One example is the forest in Alberta, located in central Canada, which has had the largest wild boar population since 1990. For several years, the wild boar population has flourished. Currently, their population has increased to 600,000 animals. They can eat everything in the forest and create a big impact on the ecosystem. When the forests ran out of food, they began to turn to fields and farms. From this point on, we need to find effective measures to deal with this wild boar population. Farms initially implemented measures to prevent wild boar from entering fields. However, these measures are not always effective. The invasion of wild boars is a major challenge for Canadian farmers to prevent their entry. Farmers have experimented with using conventional herbicides by spraying. However, across the fields, after a short time, the herbicides smell faded and the wild boars continue to cause damage. Their traces in cornfields are a clear manifestation of the difficulties that farmers face when their fields are affected. Protecting fuel from encroaching wild boar poses a major challenge in terms of environmental protection and maintaining ecological balance. According to a 2022 Agriculture Canada report, booby traps captured about 20,000 wild feral hogs in Canada in 2021. Although this number is relatively small compared to the estimated total feral hog population of about 1 million. A booby trap is a type of electric trap designed to capture wild boars. This trap works by making noise to repel wild boars. It can be used for a variety of purposes and on a variety of terrains, including rough terrain. Using cage traps does not cause loud or sudden noises and is suitable for places where many wild boars pass through. Although trapping has proven effective in controlling feral pig populations in Canada, there are still limitations. Canadian farmers have taken the new step of erecting fences around fields and farms. However, the problem of wild boars is becoming increasingly serious, and these measures are not enough to solve it. As a result, farmers have begun using electric equipment to create protective fences for livestock and farm areas where wild boars frequently appear, and they are willing to spend money to install such equipment. This device. One of the difficulties here is cost. Each mile of fence can cost about $2,500 to $3,000. To install an electric fence, it costs about $25,000 to $30,000 USD. Although electric fences can last 10 to 20 years if maintained properly, not all farmers are satisfied with this measure. In some areas, wild boars can still easily overcome fences. So innovation and better measures are needed to deal with invasive wild boar populations. According to a 2022 University of Alberta study, the most effective method Canadian farmers have used to reduce feral pig populations is hunting. Based on data from 65 farms in Alberta, British Columbia, and Ontario, this has shown that hunting has significantly reduced the number of wild boar in the area. Hunting at night is considered the most effective because at this time, BS animals are often active in search of food and water. In the dark, They often become less alert and easier to detect than during the day. In particular, with weak eyesight at night, they become easier targets for hunters to choose. Cornfields after harvest are a good place for hunting because they often attract wild boars that provide ideal food and shelter. The open visibility of the cornfield, coupled with the low vigilance of BS at night, makes hunting more convenient and safer for hunters.
Drop.
Wild boar hunting in cornfields after harvest has been practiced in Canada since the 1990s and has become increasingly popular, especially as the number of wild boar in this area has increased dramatically. Statistics from Agriculture Canada for 2022 show about 100,000 BS caught in 2021 in harvested cornfields, with an estimated value of about $25 million. Concrete successes, such as the capture of 1,000 wild BS in Alberta cornfields in 2021 and the same 500 in British Columbia in 2022, clearly demonstrate the effectiveness of this hunting strategy. This not only brings joy to participants, but also helps control and balance the wild environment, protecting Canada's landscape and agricultural resources from wild BS intrusion. Why is wild BS so strongly invasive on Canadian farms? This is discussed in detail in the rest of the next video. Where we will learn why the southeastern United States, like Georgia and Alabama, are known as home to the most powerful wild BS. This is not only home to giant-sized wild BS, but also a natural environment with complex terrain, including jungles and mountain ranges, making this area one of the most impressive wild BS hunting spots in America. What is unique about the terrain is that it allows talented wild pigs to hide by weaving through bushes and sneaking into deep burrows. They became more difficult to catch in hunting, and attacking them became a difficult challenge, especially when faced with the steepness and complexity of the terrain. The hunter could easily slip and fall into a falling tree or even get lost in the woods. The story becomes real with the awareness of the danger each step brings. The challenge that comes with these unique terrains is that wild pigs in the southeast are heavier and more aggressive than their counterparts in other regions. Their weight can reach about 661 pounds, and their running speed can reach about 25 miles per hour by 2023. A tragic event occurred in Alabama when a hunter was attacked by wild pigs. This story is a vivid picture of the harshness and danger that wild boar hunting brings. Therefore, all wild boar hunts in the southeast United States are not merely adventurous, but also challenges that all participants need to be ready for. Hunting skills and providing adequate protective equipment become the keys to minimizing risks and ensuring safety during every hunting trip. Adventure turns these experiences into rich and unforgettable memories for everyone. The northern United States, with states like Alaska, Montana, and Idaho, is especially notable for its impressive presence of wild pigs. These animals are not only huge, but are also known for their ferocious spirit, making for one of the most adventurous and exciting hunting experiences. Wild pigs in this region stand out for their larger size compared to similar animals in other regions. Their weight can reach up to 880 pounds, and their ability to move at around 31 mph puts them against tough opponents in the hunting world. However, the hunt does not always go smoothly. The wild pigs here can attack at any time, even when humans are armed. Extreme weather conditions also add to the risks for those participating in this adventure. High requirements for those participating in the hunt are to be fully equipped with protective equipment, from helmets, body armor to gloves, to minimize the risk of being attacked. The specific incident on January 10 exemplified the unforeseen challenges of embarking on the adventure. Harsh weather and the ferocity of wild pigs make hunting more difficult and risky than ever. Learning hunting skills and being prepared is important to ensure the safety of yourself and your group when entering this difficult wild world. Warning and sharing experiences are essential. Creating a community of skilled and well-informed wild boar hunters is extremely important. Only then can lovers of this activity face natural challenges safely and with satisfaction. In the western United States, where dark clouds hanging in midair often encounter harsh weather conditions. Feral hogs can face many challenges. Every rain or snowfall is a new challenge, and sometimes the cold is the only enemy. Therefore, hunters need to accept and face these challenges soberly and fully. Rain, especially when not properly prepared, can turn hunting into a dangerous adventure. Raindrops become projectiles, making the ground slippery, and the risk of falling or being crushed by objects increases. Preparing boots and raincoats, along with gloves, are not only protective items but also powerful friends to help you overcome the challenges of storms and protect you. Facing inclement weather and falling snow not only makes for a great photo, but is also an insurmountable challenge as you chase wild boar and lose your bearings. The risk of freezing and even drowning are potential risks. So hunters need to be equipped with knowledge of orientation, survival skills, and maintaining body temperature. Warm clothes, waterproof shoes, and cold-proof sleeping bags are indispensable items on this journey. The importance of staying warm is not only for comfort, but also to avoid the risk of hypothermia, a potentially life-threatening condition. Not only do you need to wear the right clothes, but you also need to keep your body warm with a windproof jacket, warm gloves, and a hood when facing cold weather. Safety is always the top priority, especially when you are climbing mountains or going deep into the forest. Always being thoroughly prepared with enough spare equipment and food is the key to ensuring safety on every hunting trip. Forecasting the weather before a trip is a careful measure to avoid unnecessary risks and always adhere to the basic principles of safe hunting. Safe hunting is an important step in facing the challenges of this extreme weather. Hunters can overcome all difficulties to bring back memories and complete success from exciting adventures in the wild nature of the American West. Do you like the experience of hunting wild pigs? If so, leave a number 1. Otherwise, if you don't like it, leave a number 0 and share your opinion in the comment section below. European starlings are famous for their flock flying behavior, often moving in large flocks numbering up to thousands of birds. Migrating birds often follow a seasonal pattern, heading south in winter and returning north in summer. Seen from afar, flocks of European starlings fly in the sky, especially in spring. They fall onto the fields when crops begin to flower and bear fruit. It is possible that newly harvested fields are also their migration targets. The migratory habits of this bird are truly as beautiful as a picture. However, European starlings pose a significant threat to agricultural lands in the United States. They eat flowers, fruits, and seeds of many different crops, causing yield reduction and affecting product quality. Estimates suggest that European starlings cause about $1 billion in damage each year to agriculture in the United States, not just limited to field crops. They also destroy orchards and fruit trees. Their insatiable appetite leads to reduced fruit yield and quality. The industry in the United States loses about $100 million each year due to invasive birds. The impact of the European starling is not limited to rural areas, but also extends beyond urban areas and residential areas. They often form large flocks, causing noise pollution and disturbing the habitat. These birds also pose a danger to traffic when they fly across the road, increasing the risk of accidents. At night, they often gather on large trees along the road, making vehicles dirty and difficult due to their waste. European starlings cause damage to about 2 million vehicles each year in the United States, damaging windshields, headlights, and paint. The average repair cost for a car damaged by a European starling is about $1,000. Lawns around people's houses are also often disturbed by flocks of European starlings in the early morning or late afternoon. Most concentrated in the fields, they create a lively and captivating spectacle. Hunting European starlings during the day on open ground is a true art, requiring skill and patience. Hunters must use hunting tools and combine them with devices that emit the sounds of European starlings to attract them closer. Talented hunters will place themselves among foliage or trees, waiting with exceptional patience. When flocks of European starlings approached, they would target and use techniques to take down each of them. These people are not just ordinary hunters, but they are also passionate artisans, knowledgeable about the biology and behavior of this bird. European starling hunting has been strictly regulated by the United States government since 1958. These regulations not only require hunters to have a valid license, but also require them to comply with all regulations, safety guidelines, with particular attention to the use of smaller caliber ammunition to minimize impact on other bird species and maintain balance in the ecosystem. This helps to achieve optimal efficiency in hunting. hunters need to carefully choose a suitable hiding location. The choice of hunting location must not only be close enough to carry out the hunting act, but also far enough to avoid detection, especially from cunning birds. During hunting, each hunter can catch from 50 to 100 European starlings per day, depending on their personal technique and experience. Respecting and complying with hunting regulations is not only a legal obligation, but also a way to ensure the sustainability of the European starling population, maintain the natural balance, and protect their habitat. Carrying out European starling hunting at night can be more effective than hunting during the day. During this time, they often seek refuge and rest in the nooks and crannies of farm buildings, making them more vulnerable to hunting than when they are active during the day. Using spotlights to illuminate farm structures when birds appear can startle them and make them easier targets for predators. According to a study published in the Journal of Wildlife Management, 50% more European starlings are hunted at night than during the day. There are several factors that make night hunting easier for European starlings. First, they are often less alert at night because they are less concerned about natural predators. Second, they tend to fly more slowly at night, making them easier targets for hunters. However, hunting at night can also cause noise pollution and negatively affect the surrounding environment. While the effectiveness of hunting at night is clear, it is important for hunters to prioritize safety and minimize potential environmental impact. Being responsible and aware of the risks involved can ensure a balance between effective wildlife management and ethical considerations when pursuing European starlings at night.